What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, do me a real quick favor. See that red subscribe button down below? Go ahead and push that and show your support for the channel. Those of you stopping by that have been here before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. Glad you came to see me. So today I figured it was time to highlight 3 independent brands that really deserve your attention if you haven't checked them out before. These 3 are very near and dear to my heart. I know all 3 of the owners of these brands personally. They're great people making some great fragrances. And today we're going to be talking about them. Stay tuned. So the first brand I want to talk to you about today is actually an independent brand in New York known as Kierin NYC. These are the only 2 fragrances that I have from the brand. This is Sunday Brunch and Nitro Noir. So with Sunday Brunch and Nitro Noir, let's start off with Sunday Brunch. So there are 4 fragrances currently in the lineup, and Sunday Brunch is very bright and inviting, just like you see yellow and orange, and as the name implies, it's very citrus heavy, a very natural citrus at that, and it has an Earl Grey tea note that is just a gorgeous calming effect in the dry down. It's very bright and then calm and relaxing. It gets you going and then calms you down. That's a good way to look at it. Vegan friendly, animal cruelty free, all natural ingredients, 50 ml size, very unique design. Even though it's a square bottle, the sticker, the way they do the way Mona does the stickers, I'll tell you what. And then the caps, red plastic on the interior. That same red plastic is in the dot of the atomizer. Atomizers, please excuse the fan, it's going to push it down, but atomizers are great on this. Oh man. MSRP, I believe, retails $79.99 on these. You can get them on Amazon and directly from Kierin NYC. These are great fragrances. And then my favorite of the 2, Nitro Noir. A lot of you have seen me speak about this one several times on this channel. It's been in a few lists for me as well. It's been highlighted and featured a few times. God, that smells so good. Orris, pink pepper, gives a pink berry seductive smell with this one. Same thing. Is that red on the interior of the cap as well as on the tip of the atomizer. These are all very unisex fragrances. Never lean too feminine, definitely never lean too masculine. But I'll tell you what, I absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite fragrances that I own. They're not breaking the bank. This is the highest level of niche quality. You absolutely need to check out Kierin NYC. I'll link their website in the link in the description below if you want to check them out. Santal Sky is the next one I'd like to get, and they do have a fig fragrance, 3 AM Flirt. That's another one, but these are my 2 favorites, which is why these are the 2 that I grabbed initially. And I'll tell you what, don't sleep on Kierin NYC. These are some great fragrances. So next, another brand that's very near and dear to my heart, E.J. Wells, Happyland Studios. Great guy, mad scientist in his little lab that he's got at his house. And I just wanted to highlight a few of my favorites. I do have pretty much all of the fragrances, all except for 2. Blue Fire. Is it only Blue Fire I'm missing? I think I'm only missing Blue Fire, but I digress. But a few of my favorites I just wanted to go over real quick, such as Paisley Sky, which this is a handwritten label because I was one of the first to get it. Luckily, yay for me. Fantastic. This is inspired by Inicio's Oud for Greatness and Psychedelic Love, and it is incredible. Compliment factor, very high. God, it smells so good. Such a berry, synthetic oud smell. It's just, oh, it's so wearable and so wonderful. All these are extrait de parfum concentration. 7, another one of my favorites. Very versatile. Jasmine's relatively strong in this one. This one's great for work. Not too overpowering on the projection, because these tend to project pretty friggin' heavy, to be honest with you. And then Green Irish Tobacco, another one of my favorites. This is kind of a mix of Green Irish Tweed and Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. This blows both of them away. Separately layered, they probably don't even smell as good as this combination does. Oh, so good. Really is. And then an exclusive that was made for me and TLTG Reviews Fragrance Lounge, which I'm very honored by, which is Man Shit. See, created for TLTG. Very happy that he made this. This is a very, as the name would imply, very, very masculine fragrance. So this is actually Homme, which you see that handwritten label. This is actually Homme plus suede and a smoke accord. Now it's a very harsh opening and it's not for everybody, but the dry down is indeed beautiful on this one. But you gotta like a heavy smoke accord. It's a synthetic smoke accord, but it's very, very masculine. It takes an already masculine fragrance and makes it even more masculine. Hence the name, Man Shit. So, like I said, just some of my favorite fragrances from the house. Like I said, EJ's got a whole bunch of bangers. Rhyolite's great. Happyland Signature is probably the most well-known. It's a wonderful tobacco fragrance. I love all of his offerings. Plum Loco, not really so much my favorite. Still wanting to get Blue Fire. I have reviewed Blue Fire before, but these are just some of the highlights in my collection from Happyland Studios. EJ makes such great fragrances, and I really believe he doesn't get as much exposure as he needs, hence the feature today. So like I said, I will have links for if you'd like to get a bottle of Man Shit. There are a few bottles left. I'll have the links for that down in the description below, and you can also do some other shopping on the Happyland website if you'd like as well. Great guy, great fragrances, great prices. Be sure to check him out. Next, one that's another one near and dear to my heart, great guy, George Zaharoff. You know this was gonna end up being on the list. We're talking independent wonderfulness. Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. Cannot have a video like this without talking about my main man. I mean, hey, the poster's right there. Masculine Fougere, Oud. It's got a little bit of a soapiness to it in the opening because the lavender is so heavy in this one. It's a lavender prominent fragrance. It's vintage modern. It brings you the best of both worlds. It's going to remind you of your grandfather and your dad and your uncle. But it's your thing now because it's got cardamom, it's got oud, it's got some Florentine iris, it's got some more modern things in it. Myrrh, it's very resinous, very warm as it transitions and starts to dry down. And the presentation is just next level. Like I said, these bottles are absolutely gorgeous. Spectacular molds. This is screams Zaharoff. Nothing else looks like this Zaharoff bottle. You know, atomizer, color matched. Sprays just the right amount of juice. Clicks into place. The boxes, very nice full design. UPC codes, he whites out some of these. Comes with an inspirational quote on every single one. They are all numbered as well, individually. He will handwrite a card for you on every single order. He handwrites everything on every single sample as well. Here's the diagram for the bottle design. And then right now, if you click the Zaharoff link in the description below, he's actually giving away as a free gift. This is a collaboration with EJ Wells from Happyland Studio. This is the Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme Solid, which I did do a review on that as well. Oh, it's the fragrance, but in a solid form. So those of you that like solids, you can get this as a free gift at no additional cost if you were going to purchase a bottle anyway. So just something cool that he was extending out to my viewers. Very nice of him. So another one, link below. You can get your hands on this as well. These independent brands, they're doing a lot of great things. I hate to see them not get enough exposure. Don't get me wrong, George has gotten a lot of exposure. Kierin NYC has gotten a lot of exposure. EJ's starting to gain more ground, but I know all three of them personally. I've met all three of them in person, and they are wonderful human beings that represent their brand and what they're trying to do with their brand very, very well. And the very least I could do is give them some spotlight on my channel. A lot of my viewers already know of these companies, but for some of you that are newer to the channel that haven't really got to see a lot of discussion about Happyland, Kierin, and Zaharoff, I wanted to make this video for you guys. Like I said, links are in the description below. But until next time, guys, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have tried some of these? How many of you have it already? There's just so many great offerings from Happyland, Kierin. And then George has more things in the works. There's going to be a flanker coming out later in the year. I know he's wanting to do a women's fragrance at some point again as well. So many cool things upcoming for these smaller independent brands that are really making their mark in the market. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on some of these and you give them a spray now, there's a real good chance you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.